This is an experiment we normally do in class, and the whole point of this experiment is to locate where the image is in the mirror. Now, if you look at this setup, what I've done is I've put a mirror on a piece of paper with a dot, and you can see the dot in front, and you can also see the dot in the mirror itself, right? So if you look in that mirror, you can see the dot. There's our dot, and there's our image inside. And we're going to use the beam of light to locate where this image is. So I'm going to take my beam of light and I'm going to put it through my dot, and the light will reflect off the mirror. So the light going in will go in, and I'm going to trace it. This is going to be our incident ray going in. And then I'm going to trace the light reflecting back off the mirror. Oh, I moved my mirror. Got to fix that. So that's one angle, but in order to locate the image, I really need more than one angle. So I'm going to move this in to the other way. So I'm going to get another angle. I'm going to go from the other side and do this again. So I have a second incident ray. Notice the light is going through the dot, hitting the mirror, reflecting off the mirror, and that's what I'm tracing. Now I'm going to move my mirror. So you can see that's where the mirror was. I have a line there. And I'm going to turn on my lights in my room because with the lights off, you can't really see what I have done. So I'm going to turn my lights back on, and you will see our result. So there you go. You can see the dots on the page. And what I'm going to do is trace these with a ruler so they're a little clearer. So I'm going to trace my first incident ray in. So this was the light going into the mirror, and then it bounced off the mirror and bounced out or reflected off the mirror. So this will be our reflected ray from the one side. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So the light going through the dot into the mirror, and then the light reflecting back off the mirror. Now it's these two reflected rays I care about, because remember what we said about our brains. We said our brains take the light reflected off the mirror and trace it back. So it's going to take this reflected line and trace it back, and then the other one. So I'm going to take this line and trace it back physically, just like your brain's doing, because your brain is basically saying light travels in a straight line, so it must have come from back there. And then it's going to do the same thing on the other side. The light from this side must have come from a straight line and trace it back there. And there is where I'm going to locate the image of my dot. So if you see, if I put the mirror back, you can see the dot in the mirror. And then when I remove it, you can see the dot on the page. They're in the same place because one is the actual image and one is where we traced it to. Now, if I look at the distance from here to the mirror and here to the mirror, they're the same, which means in my salt, the location, the L in my salt, is the same distance because they're both the same distance from the mirror. And that's how we locate an image in a plane mirror. Mirrors that are plane have the same distance.